The most profound and transformative lessons in our lives often come when we least expect them. These experiences provide us with new insight and understanding that can help us move forward. Sometimes the smallest of events or things teach us important life lessons. You are currently at a critical juncture in your life, a turn in the road where the decisions you make can have a significant impact on how things will play out. God has been trying to reach you for the past 48 hours in an effort to get your attention and deliver a deeply meaningful and personal message unique to your life. This is no ordinary message, rather, it is a special and divine message from the Creator. It is intended to help you find clarity and purpose in your life. Let's go on this amazing journey together and try to understand the depths of your life. Think about moments in the past 2 days when you have felt a strange urgency, as if something important was trying to break through the hustle and bustle of your everyday life. Have you ever felt like something deep and special was demanding your attention? This feeling is often forgotten in the hustle and bustle of our lives, but sometimes it can steer us in the right direction. You may have ignored it as just another passing thought. However, there was a whisper deep inside that felt different, a tug. Perhaps you were unable to focus on that voice because of other distractions, such as a friend calling, your phone ringing, or having too much work to do. The truth is that, in this environment of chaos, God is doing everything He can to communicate with you. He is now urging you to stop, think, and listen. Ignoring this message would not be right for you. It is an important sign, and it should be taken seriously. It is essential to the choices you make, choices that have the power to determine your future. God's constant pursuit of your well-being shows how much He values your future and how important this time is to His plan for your life. In the midst of our busy lives, we often overlook divine signs. However, God often uses subconscious cues to get our attention, such as an unexpected conversation, a quiet moment, or even a lingering feeling of discomfort. He gently guides us toward our purpose through these moments. How many times in the last 2 days have you felt something that was important to you, but you couldn't quite identify it? Let's reflect on this a little. It was God speaking to you, it was no coincidence. He is requesting that you put aside your distractions and pay attention to what He is saying. This is not just a passing thought, rather, it is a transformative message that will steer your actions in the direction of happiness, contentment, and peace. If you are feeling confused or lost, know that everything can change right now. All you need to do is take one step, and new light can come into your life. God is requesting you to put your faith in Him, trust His wisdom, and take the necessary risks to follow His instructions. The choices you make today will not only impact those around you but also your future. You may be wondering why you did not receive this message earlier or why you have difficulty understanding it. Let us reflect on this a little. Every decision has a significance, and it is important to understand this. Your choices can change the direction of your life. Therefore, it is always beneficial to take steps thoughtfully. The reality is that whenever God attempts to convey some important message, a spiritual conflict always erupts. The adversary puts in a lot of effort to distract you, create confusion, and raise doubts. He is concerned about what will happen when you truly hear and believe the words of God, because He knows how powerful those words are. Type 1111 if you need God's protection. For the past 48 hours, there has been a battle for your heart and attention. Knowing that this message has the power to change your life, the enemy has been constantly trying to distract you, while God has been patiently calling you. Recognize this time and focus your mind, because change is near. However, the fact that you are reading this right now, despite being distracted, shows that God's perseverance has won. Watching a master weaver create a tapestry is an amazing experience. Each thread represents a life decision, important lesson, or special occasion that is a part of you. In this beautiful masterpiece, you are at the center. As you watch the process, you realize how each thread weaves the story of your life. So let's see the beauty of our life with a new eye through this art. God is the artist who creates an amazing and significant design with hard work. Although you are not able to see the whole situation, but believe me, He is doing everything for your good. This message from God reminds us of His divine plan. He wants you to know that every difficulty, every obstacle, and every unanswered prayer is a vital part of His preparation for something truly amazing. So, be patient and have faith, everything will be fine. Even if things are going slow or not going at all, keep in mind that God always has the perfect timing. He always arrives on time, and He has plans for you that are much bigger than you can imagine. You need to turn down the noise around you so that you can fully understand what He is saying. Take time for prayer, introspection, and seeking His presence. Let His voice come into your mind and heart. God's messages are often soft whispers in our hearts, but sometimes we think that God's voice will come in some special and dramatic way. But remember one thing: pay attention to these little whispers and keep your faith away from doubt or fear. Though the road ahead may seem a little uncertain, God is always nudging you forward. Trust that He is guiding your every step in the right direction. Although taking this leap of faith may be uncomfortable, it is necessary for the blessings and successes He has planned for you. We often face turning points in life where we have to decide whether to stick with what is known or move forward into the unknown. Trusting God during these times can be difficult, rightfully so. We may feel a little doubtful and uncertain when we cannot see the big picture. But these are the times when our faith becomes even stronger. You will find comfort in knowing that God is always with you. He is guiding you and preparing a future full of promises for you. All of this is His clear message to you. Be confident and keep moving forward on your path. Trust that He has already prepared the way, even if it is not clear what lies ahead. His love for you isn't failing, and He has good plans for you. This is the time to heed God's voice as you read this. Put aside distractions and let Him guide you. Keep in mind that this is about doing something with the message, not just hearing it. God is urging you to embrace His wonderful plans for your life. All you need to do is take a leap of faith and trust Him with your heart when it comes to making a decision. If you welcome His call, you will find a life filled with meaning, joy, and immense blessings. You have a unique choice. Will you listen to Him and walk with Him? Or will you ignore this golden moment? Transformation begins when you align yourself with God's will. You will no longer be controlled by the things that used to hold you back. Hope will replace despair, confidence will replace doubt, and faith will replace fear. God's message always tells us about restoration and rebirth. He is inviting you to step into a new chapter, filled with His infinite love and light. This journey is not just yours, but God is leading you to the prosperous life He has assured you. He is with you every step of the way, just like a true friend. Let's move forward with Him in this new journey and experience the new joys of life. Put your faith and courage in Him, heed His voice and move forward. Now is your time. You have finally received God's message, and now is the time to take action. Don't let doubts or other distractions ruin this opportunity. Embrace the direction that is being given to you and trust that there is a wonderful plan for your life behind it. Remember, God is your strength, your protection, and will always guide you in your journey. He keeps His word and is trustworthy. Recognize that if God is with you, you can overcome any situation. Embrace this message and let it inspire you to live a life full of courage, faith, and purpose. Everything is being done for your benefit by God, who is with you. Trust Him, obey His words, and watch His plans in your life come true in amazing and miraculous ways. Today, I want to share with you an inspirational message from God and His angels. This message is meant to inspire you to take a moment to reflect and reconnect with divine guidance. We often find ourselves swept away by chaos and uncertainty in the midst of life's busyness. However, even in these circumstances, God is patiently drawing us back into His arms. Let's dig deeper into this message together, and I hope it brings you a sense of comfort, clarity, and peace. At times, life can be so noisy and chaotic that we feel lost. It's filled with obligations, distractions, and constant demands on our time and attention. But God is calling you in the midst of all this chaos. He is urging you to step back, turn off the external voices, and focus on His still, small voice. Have you experienced periods of overwhelm or panic lately? Those feelings don't happen arbitrarily. When something tries to disrupt your relationship with God, it is a sign of spiritual interference. It is important to remember that God's love remains unwavering even in these difficult times. His voice is never too soft to be heard, and He is never too far away. We just need to try to hear Him from the depths of our hearts. All it takes is a moment of silence and a deliberate effort to focus on Him and turn your attention away from the outside world. Imagine the peace that comes when you hear His voice, which guides you, comforts you, and reminds you that you are never alone. God is always with us, no matter how busy or entangled we may be. We just need to stay connected with Him, and He always surrounds us with His love and support. His love is infinite, and His patience is incomparable. To draw us closer to Him, He is constantly working in the background, planning events and sending signs our way. In the last few days, have you ever felt like stopping and thinking? Sometimes, in the hustle and bustle of life, we feel the need for a little reminder. In such a case, have you ever desired clarity? These experiences are not coincidences at all. This is a way God is pointing to you, reminding you of His existence and inviting you to have faith. When we pay attention to these signs, we can feel a new light in our lives. His persistence is proof of His love. It is proof that He never gives up trying to reach you, no matter how long it takes you to hear this message. Days, weeks, or months. Imagine yourself standing in a dense forest with tangled vines and tall trees all around you. You feel confused by the sounds around you, such as distant voices and rustling leaves, and the path ahead seems unclear. But amid all this commotion, you hear a sweet whisper. It is the voice of God, gently guiding you and preparing a path specifically for you. This scene beautifully depicts the journey of life. God's guidance is always with us, even though we often feel confused and unsure about our path. Whenever you feel lost, just try to listen to that whisper. It will lead you in the right direction. He patiently guides us through the wilderness, lighting our path and making sure we don't stray too far. Just like a devoted shepherd, no matter how difficult the path may seem, the sound of walking on it reminds us that we are never alone. Perhaps you are standing at a turning point in your life right now. You are about to make a big decision that will affect your future in ways you have not yet fully thought about. This can be a challenging time, but remember, with every step you take, you are making yourself stronger. This is not a time to rush or be afraid. Rather, it is a chance to find meaning. Make decisions in line with your values and have faith in God's plan for your life. Consider this. Are you acting out of obligation, fear, or true desire? Think about the things that really speak to your soul and heart. Keep in mind that God is actively involved in your life, not just observing it from a distance. He desires to be your guide and lead you on a path of contentment, happiness, and peace. You will find comfort in knowing that God's angels are with you during this crucial time. They are the very angels whose job it is to keep you safe, pave your path, and help you. Angels often work in silence, assuring you of God's presence through subtle synchronicities and signs. Have you ever had meaningful dreams, encountered recurring numbers, or met someone by chance? These are all signs that you are under the angels' guidance. You are not alone on this journey, and that is the message your angels want to give you. They are helping to remove obstacles in your path, showing you the right direction, and assisting you in making the right choices according to God's will. This feeling of love and protection reminds you that you are always being watched. Be open to the signs they send your way and trust their advice. Finding peace amidst life's busy routine may seem impossible, but God speaks most clearly when there is silence. Take a deep breath, quiet your thoughts, and focus on His presence. Seek clarity by stilling yourself. Pray for discernment, wisdom, and the courage to follow His guidance. This peaceful time is a golden opportunity to reconnect with your Creator, not just to pause. Enjoy this moment and try to listen to the voice within you. This time is so important in your journey. It is an opportunity to put your trust in His flawless plan, let go of doubt and fear, and reconnect your heart with Him. Believing that God exists is only one aspect of faith. Another is having faith in His plan, even when it defies logic. Despite uncertainty, it is knowing that He is bringing everything together for your benefit. To trust God, you must let go of your fears, Let go of control and believe that He has already laid out a path for you. Remember, when you are facing uncertainty or fear, God is your support. He is the foundation of your life, your protector, and your guide. Let His peace fill your heart as you trust Him. I encourage you to reflect on your own journey as you conclude this message. What choices are you struggling with? What fears keep you from moving forward? Pray to God about these topics and trust that He will give you the wisdom and guidance you need. You can always rely on God and His angels. They are always with you to ease your path and point you in the right direction. You are incredibly loved and never alone. Know that He is leading you to a wonderful future. Trust His timing and heed His whispers. Father in heaven, we come to you with hearts and minds eager to learn from you. We are grateful for your unwavering love, patience, and presence in our lives. Help us to walk your path with courage and faith, to trust your plan even when it seems uncertain, and to hear your voice in the midst of chaos. May your angels always guide us, protect us, and bring us closer to you. In Jesus' name we pray, Amen. In life we all have to make many decisions that require deep thought and wise judgment. It is easy to rely on our own knowledge during these times, but God in His infinite wisdom tells us to put our full trust in Him. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways commit yourself to Him, and He will direct your paths." This assurance from God is a sign of His infinite love and dedication to us as we move toward our higher goals. Imagine you are standing at a crossroads with several paths, each of which promises something special in its own way. But only God knows what lies at the end of each of these paths, no matter how attractive and easy one may seem. He sees the difficulties and obstacles that we do not see, and His way of keeping us safe is to gently encourage us to stop and reflect. Sometimes, a seemingly insignificant choice can have a profound impact and change the direction of our lives. Therefore, it is very important that we seek our wisdom and use it to guide us according to His plan. We all have moments in our lives when we have to make difficult decisions. Perhaps you are facing the challenge of financial risk, a relationship choice, or a career change. These times may be difficult, but remember, it is very important to trust your own insight to move in the right direction. When uncertainty seems overwhelming, it can be tempting to take quick action to reduce anxiety. But as it says in Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Jesus tells us to bring our troubles to Him. This divine invitation reminds us that God is always near us, ready to give us peace and clarity. We are never alone in our struggles. Sometimes we need the most patience to make decisions that seem immediately obvious to us. So, let's support each other on this journey and move forward with positivity. Hasty decisions can lead to unexpected challenges, just like a fast-moving river can tempt you to jump into it without thinking. God created the universe, and everything happens at the right time. Your delay is divine alignment preparing you for something big, not denial. it is extremely important to understand that the enemy often resorts to confusion and haste. He tries to entice you into making quick decisions by spreading false information about the passage of time or the non-fulfillment of God's promises. We must be cautious and proceed with caution. These dishonest strategies are aimed at distracting you from what God has planned for your life. The command to put on the whole armor of God so that you can take a stand against the wiles of the devil is found in Ephesians 6 verse 11. Grounding yourself in the scriptures and prayer allows you to hear God's voice in the noise of uncertainty. It is a beautiful experience when we quiet our minds and connect with God through meditation and prayer. God's message is very clear: take some time for yourself. Spend some time for yourself in introspection and prayer. It will bring peace to your mind and soul. When we give ourselves some time out of our busy lives, we are able to clear our thinking and understand our emotions. Have faith that God's timing is perfect, even when it seems like the world is demanding immediate answers. His direction is to bless you according to His will, not to deprive you of happiness. Imagine a road with a stop sign at every turn. These signs are for your safety and give you a chance to pause for a brief moment so that you can properly assess the road ahead. This is not a hindrance to your journey, but an opportunity to ensure a safe ride. So, whenever you come across such a stop sign, pay close attention to it and make your journey even safer. Likewise, God's request for you to stop is an act of love and protection. He wants you to step back, take a deep breath, and seek Him. Allow yourself to be guided by Him and use these quiet times to try to align your plans with His divine purpose. This is the time when you can listen to yourself and understand what is important in life. Organize your thoughts and align your dreams with His. Jesus taught us how important it is to pray to understand God's will. When He made the important decision to choose His disciples, He first spent some time praying alone with the Father. This tells us that before any major decision, we should pray to get the right guidance. This is a strong example of how we should make our relationship with God a top priority when making decisions. It is natural to have regrets and heartache when we decide to move forward with any decision without consulting God. This does not mean that we should be afraid, but we need to face the truth. Ignoring divine guidance often leads to unnecessary conflict because we rely on our limited perspective rather than God's infinite wisdom. God has created and maintained this universe beautifully. Everything works in a very complex way to accomplish His purposes. When we align ourselves with His purpose, we experience a unique sense of wholeness, clarity, and inner peace. But when we stray a little from His way, we may encounter problems that seem a little too difficult to handle. These situations motivate us again, causing our hearts to be refocused on Him and get us back on that path. God is a God of salvation, not a God of condemnation. His grace is enough to restore us and lead us back to the path He has planned for us. Even when we make mistakes, sometimes we find it a little hard to understand why God asks us to wait or why He takes us away from a promising path.